Welcome to the 8 Billion Project, where we're on a mission to make an impact by discovering and sharing the purpose of every person on this planet. I'm your host, Liza Florida. Enjoy today's episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 8 Billion Podcast. I am your host, Liza Florida, and today I've got someone extra special. I have John Lee Dumas, the host of Entrepreneurs on Fire, an award-winning podcast where he interviews inspiring entrepreneurs who are truly on fire. With over 2,500 episodes, 1 million plus listens a month, and a 7-figure annual revenue, JLD is just getting started. Visit eofire.com to set your entrepreneurial journey on fire. Welcome, John, to the 8 Billion Podcast, and Happy New Year to you.
Oh, 2021 has started off with a bang. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited to be here. And Gus is actually excited to join us right there. He's my 9-month-old doodle. He's adorable, and I hope he stays quiet, but we'll see.
Hi, Gus. Happy New Year. And congratulations to you and Kate for the engagement on Christmas Day.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I will say she was shocked. She did not see it coming. I could literally see the wheels turning in her brain of like, why is he holding a ring in front of me right now?
Oh my gosh, what an amazing way to end the year and a great way to start off the new
Totally.
year. Well, John, in true podcast fashion, you know, there's an exchange of a conversation that goes on, but I'd like to try something different. Would you be open to it?
I'm open. Let's do it.
Okay. Since the premise of the 8 Billion Podcast is for individuals to share their purpose and passion. If you had an uninterrupted attention of 8 billion people and you had the stage for 15 minutes with the world at the state of a revolutionary change, what message would you share with the human race?
I would start by saying this. Try not to become a person of success, but rather a person of value. And the reason why I say that quote, which is an Albert Einstein quote, by the way, is because I got a virtual backslap at 32 years old when I read that quote, because I was trying all the things. I went to law school. I was an officer in the U.S. Army. I was in real estate. I was in corporate finance. I was chasing success. But I wasn't finding it. Wasn't finding success, wasn't finding happiness, wasn't finding fulfillment. I was just kind of in the grind, like trying to become what I thought was successful, but I didn't even really know what that meant. But then when I read that quote by Albert Einstein, which said, don't try to become a person of success, become a person of value, I had to step back, Lisa, and say, what am I doing in this world that's actually valuable, that's providing value to others? And I didn't really have an answer to that question, which was really heartbreaking to say, man, I've been doing all these things, but like, what am I really doing that's valuable to this world? What real problem am I solving? And I couldn't answer that question. And that's what led me on the journey to, very shortly after that revelation, launch a daily podcast that was interviewing the world's most successful entrepreneurs. Because I said, hey, I know that I'm learning so much from reading these books, from listening to these podcast interviews. Why don't I bring this to other people on a bigger stage? Meaning like a lot of these shows that I listened to and loved were releasing 1 episode per week, which was great, but I knew there needed to be more. There needed to be a higher quantity. So I said, would it be valuable if I did a 7-day-a-week show? And I said, well, if I brought the right guests on, it would be very valuable. If I had them tell their stories, their successes, their failures, their struggles, their solutions, their problems, their strategies, their tactics, that would be valuable because it would be free to the listeners. It would be consistent because it'd be daily, and that would make it valuable. And so for the first time in my life, Lisa, like I became a person of value. And for 2,000 days in a row, I released a podcast episode with just that premise. Let me interview a successful entrepreneur who can tell their story, their struggles, their challenges, their successes, their strategies, their tips, their tactics. And I didn't find success right away doing that, but I just kept up that consistency of providing free, valuable, and consistent content. And I continued, Lisa, to be a person of value to my listeners by providing this content to them. And over time, and it was actually over the course of a year, I was able to take the things that I was learning from those conversations and apply them to my own business, to my own podcast, to my own like blooming media empire, and turn it into a multi-million-dollar a year business by month 13. And now since 2013, which was 1 year after I launched the podcast, we've been a multi-million-dollar a year business because of that mindset shift. John, stop chasing success and ask yourself, how am I being a person of value? And when I found out I wasn't, saying, hey, what's a real problem in this world that needs to be solved? Well, in 2012, my answer to that was, there's a problem. There's no daily podcast interviewing entrepreneurs. And I would listen to that show. I want that show because I drive to work every day. I'm hitting the gym. I want to be listening to this content. I want to be consuming this content, but it doesn't exist. So let me take a little page from Gandhi's book and be the change that I want to see in the world and create that show. And so that show wasn't great when I started because I was bad, Lisa. I wasn't good at interviewing people. I wasn't good at public speaking. I wasn't a good broadcaster. I wasn't a good host, a good communicator. I wasn't good at any of those things. Luckily, the guests that I brought on the show were awesome. So they carried the show and made it valuable. And of course, doing it daily, 7 days a week, I was getting a little bit better every single day until I eventually got kind of good. And now you and I are talking. I've done over 3,000 episodes. I've had over 100 million listens because I said on that day in 2012, my focus from this day going forward is to say, how can I become a person of value? And that's what I would want to share with these 8 billion people. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, how am I being a person of value every single day? And some of you are going to have great answers and keep doing that thing. And some of you aren't. And if you aren't having a great answer to that question, when you're looking in the mirror, sit down and say, how can I actually solve a real problem in this world? What is that problem that I see that I want to solve? And how can I be a person of value solving that problem going forward? That's what I would want these 8 billion people to do. Because Lisa, if we have 8 billion people all focused on solving a problem, how amazing of a world would this be?
It would be an absolutely amazing world.
I would want to live in that world.
I know. And we're attempting to try and do this right now, especially at this big moment in time for all of us as 2021, as we embark on a new year. So okay. So actually you were able to finish it in less than 15 minutes, but I know that you have so many big plans. What are you excited about for 2021?
So I've taken these 3,000 episodes, these thousands of hours of conversations I've had with the world's most successful entrepreneurs and most inspiring business women and most inspiring businessmen. And I've said, you know what? There's a very common path that all of us, all of these successful entrepreneurs have gone on to achieve uncommon success. And that's kind of when it hit me. I said, man, there's a book there. And so all of 2020, I busted my butt writing my first traditionally published book. It is called The Common Path to Uncommon Success: Your Roadmap to Financial Freedom and Fulfillment. And that's exactly what it is, Lisa. It is a 17-step roadmap that will take anybody on this journey of accomplishing uncommon success. And that's the financial freedom and fulfillment that we should all be striving for. And so this book comes out March 23rd. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what I'm excited about. We have 5 unbelievable bonuses for people that pre-order this book. Because Lisa, pre-orders are everything. If you can do really well with pre-orders, your book launch will be great. So I am pushing so hard for pre-orders right now. And we're doing fantastic because our bonuses are mind-blowing. I'll just give you one of the 5 bonuses. We're shipping to everybody that lives in the United States, all three of my journals, the Freedom Journal, the Mastery Journal, and the Podcast Journal. These are three fantastic journals. One's about accomplishing goals, one's about mastering productivity, and the other one's about creating and launching your own podcast. These are physical, beautiful journals shipped to your door if you're inside the United States. If you're outside, we give you this beautiful digital version of those three journals immediately. And
I actually have the Freedom Journal right here.
Faux leather. It is gorgeous. It is so well done. Gilded pages. And these three journals get shipped to your door if you're in the United States just for pre-ordering the book. We are losing a lot of money every time somebody pre-orders a book, but that's not the reason why we're currently in this game. Like we've done it. We've crushed it. We've made amazing financially profitable business. This is about us getting this book out to the world. So I'd love to share with your listeners, anybody that wants to check it out, uncommonsuccessbook.com, uncommonsuccessbook.com. You can pre-order the book. You're going to get that amazing bonus I mentioned, plus 4 other amazing bonuses you can read about on that page just for pre-ordering a $17 book. And it would mean the world. So thank you for giving me that opportunity, Lisa.
Yeah, no problem. So you guys heard it here, how to go ahead and pre-order John's book. If there's, other than the book though, John, if everyone would like to get a hold of you or listen to your podcast, would you like to direct them somewhere?
All the magic for us happens at eofire.com. eofire.com. We would love if you checked out our website there because we've got free courses for entrepreneurs, amazing resources of all kinds. So just check them out. And of course, we got the podcast, Entrepreneurs on Fire. So if you want to listen to my show, which has now over 3,000 amazing episodes and more coming out every single day, Entrepreneurs on Fire.
Well, John, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you and for you to be able to share your wisdom with potentially what's going to be the 8 billion population by 2023. So I'd love to always have you back if you're ever open to coming back. And I hope to one day get on your show. So
awesome, Lisa. Thanks for the opportunity. Love your concept and have a wonderful day.
You too. Thanks, John. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If it's moved you in any way, please review and share your thoughts or text me your thoughts at 949-247-2800.